I'm really sorry to be the constant bearer of bad news. I actually didn't think it would be like this at all. We thought that international break, I had a little chat with Gio, and we thought it was going to be an opportunity to maybe do a little bit of some fun videos and something different. It just seems to have been injury after injury after injury and more bad news. The latest one, as you'll no doubt have seen from whatever I title this video, is that Mohammed Kudus has got a back injury. And, I mean, realistically, it's the last thing we needed. And I do think that because of this now, David Moyes is facing the ultimate test at West Ham. Maybe that's a little bit sensationalistic. Probably make a good title for the video. But I do think he just got to the point where he'd won a couple of games, managed to get the heat off of his back. And now it's going to be a real test of his management and his squad management, if anything else. I think when we first heard that Antonio was injured, a lot of us, myself included, probably would have guessed what David Moyes was going to do. And that was he put Bowen up front. He'd done it in the last couple of games anyway, done it in Europe, done it against Nottingham Forest. I think most of us would have guessed he plays Bowen up front, Kudus on the right-hand side. Job done, sorted, right? So, you know, as some people said, no big loss with Antonio. I think the moment Bowen gets injured, it becomes a big loss. So what are we going to do then? Okay, well, he's got a couple of options. He might play Kudus there, quite possibly, but probably going to play Danny Ings, let's be honest, do something different. A lot of us would have hoped from Obama, but I'm just talking about what David Moyes would have done here. Maybe kept Kudus on the right. The moment we lose Kudus as well, then, I mean, we've got real problems. I mean, almost anything could happen. What you feel the composition of the team may be, who knows? I don't know. What? Danny Ings up front, Fornell's on the right, Benrahma on the left. I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's very, very hard to tell. What is clear is we're significantly weaker. Jarrod Bowen is up there with the very best scorers in the Premier League this season. Is sensational. Just that in itself is a big miss. Even if you thought Antonio wasn't, Jarrod Bowen certainly is. Kudus has been sensational as well. Not so great in the last couple of games, but very, very good player who's going to, we hope, be in for a really good, distinguished West Ham career. So, as we understand it, Michail Antonio didn't need to play. It's a bit of a theme running here, which is, you know, one of the reasons why West Ham are so annoyed about the situation. Bowen also didn't need to play. They knew. Southgate even admitted it. They knew he was going to have a bit of an injury. Now, Antonio's may not be too bad. You may be looking at a month, and that's good. I mean, that's good news. However, it doesn't help that next month, which is the time I feel could be critical for David Moyes. Jarrod Bowen, it could be fluid on the knee. I don't know what that means. Well, I do. It means there's some fluid on the knee. But what I mean is, I don't know how easy that is. Is that something that you can drain off? I've got the heebie-jeebies. I can't stand all that type of medical talk. My point is, I don't know what the treatment is, and I do not know what the length of time would be that you would be off for some fluid on the knee. Is that a minor thing? I guess it is. I mean, you'd rather that than ligaments, wouldn't you? Hopefully that sorts itself out. What is clear is that Bowen, Antonio, and possibly Kudus will not be available for Burnley. Now, I was just looking at the situation before doing this video. I thought I'll have a little look and I'll have a read up about Kudus, see if I can get any additional information. And then I realised that Ghana were playing in Comoros. Now, I thought, hold on, I know this. I know Comoros, and there's a reason. There's a reason I know Comoros, because years and years ago, I went to a few of the islands in the Indian Ocean. I didn't go to that one, but I remember where it was. It's basically it's right next to Madagascar. Now, without this turning into a geography lesson, I took geography at school actually. Couldn't find my way to the classroom. Sorry, bad joke. But without this turning into a geography lesson, my point in the matter is, from these small islands takes hours to get back to the UK. When I say hours, I mean sort of like 16 hours, something like that. So even best will in the world, if he was due to be flying back Wednesday or Thursday, I mean, he would be stretching it for Saturday anyway. He really would. And what's the chances of him getting a direct flight from Comoros back to the UK? I don't know. What happens? Do they fly back to Ghana first? I don't know how it's, even without the injury. And I was looking at it thinking, this is tough. It's not a 6-7 hour flight over from America or anything like that. This is a serious long haul flight. Possibly changes along the way. I don't know. I haven't checked it out, but I do remember that's what these places are. I remember it years ago. I remember coming. Hey, it doesn't matter. I was going to start telling you about where I flew back from. You don't need to know. It doesn't matter. Point of the matter is, I can't see him being available at all. So what's David Moyes going to do in this pivotal, crucial game? Look, I mentioned it a few times anyway. He's got to play Maxwell Cornet. No more, Moisey. No more. Take him off the naughty step. Put him on Santa's good list. Give him a chance. Rather than us getting to the end of the season and finding out. He's going to need to sort this stuff out. I really thought that it was a pivotal point for West Ham to harvest some Premier League points before the African Cup of Nations. I think a lot of us expect our form to dip a little bit. African Cup of Nations. We're going to be missing a Gerd. By the way, he might still be injured. Don't know. We're going to be missing a Gerd. Definitely, we're going to be missing Ben Rama. Now, it doesn't matter whether you think Ben Rama's good, bad, or indifferent. He plays, and if he's not playing, even just the 20 minutes he might play every game, whatever the case may be, it means someone else has got to play there, right? Kudus is definitely going to be a miss as well, and Cornet's going. I suggest, what have I got to do in anything? But I would hope that David Moyes was going to get some. I would really hope that he would give him a chance before he goes away. I think this is sort of crucially important, actually. Listen, before I go any further, what I want to do is I want to tell you about Manscaped. I know I've talked about Manscaped before, but let me tell you the truth about it. I got to show you this, right? This thing here is a beard trimmer. I only show you this. You can probably even see this has been well used. This is Manscaped's beard trimmer. It's got an adjustable thing. Look, if you want to look like this, look like a Mexican or look like a porn star, you want to get yourself one of these, because at the moment, Manscaped are running an amazing deal. I was going to give you the Hammers Chat discount code, but I just went and checked. Don't worry about it. Go and use their Black Friday code. The best thing I'm going to say about Manscaped is when they first started sponsoring us, they gave us a little pack. This is a paid promotion. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. The biggest thing I'm going to say about this company is we got their Manscaped 4 at the time. It was absolutely brilliant. I went and bought a Weed Whacker. I went and bought a load of their products because they are so good. I tell you what, it doesn't, as a beard trimmer, it doesn't get any better than this. And they've got their Lawnmower 5, which has just come out. It's brilliant. And I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. It's all male grooming stuff, upstairs, downstairs, everything you possibly need. I've tried loads of stuff over the years. I really have. I don't wet shave. All I ever do is I basically use an electric shaver. Have done for years and years and years. I'm telling you, this stuff is the best. Go and check out their website. The link is in the description below. If you've got a beard or a moustache, I would seriously recommend this. But I'll tell you now, the Lawnmower 5 is absolutely exceptional. They got testicle deodorant on there, believe it or not. I've got to be honest with you. Actually, I'm not going to be honest with you. I'm not going to tell you any more about that stuff. It's personal business, quite frankly. Go and check it out. Links in the description below. The Black Friday deal is even better than the Hammers Chat discount code. 25% off everything. Go and have a look now. So David Moyes, he's got decisions to make. Big decisions to make here. I'm sick of hearing from him about the size of the squad, about lack of opportunity for players, about him saying that he does promote youth players. Now's the chance to prove it. It really is. I thought when I did the video yesterday and I did the update and I spoke about Jarrod Bowen, I thought this can't get any worse. I was going to say it has done. In many respects, it might have got a little bit better. Maybe Antonio's ailment, or whatever you want to call it, is not as bad as we thought. We're just not going to know until he's assessed. Quite possibly Jarrod Bowen's is not too bad. I thought as much the other day. I really did. That's why I didn't want to be sensational about it and say Bowen months out, because if he's training, then it's clearly he's not in so much discomfort that he can't walk. He's clearly able to run. I think it's a precautionary measure. I think they're going to need to look at it. They're going to need to give him some whatever they're going to do. But David Moyes needs to sort this out. I think right now, he's got to stop putting the sticking plasters on everything, and he's going to have to start planning and start getting people in the team, not just to cover the few games that these players might be out. Might be one game, could be 10 games. Who bloody knows? But it's with a view to a future. Give someone a chance. They might just take the opportunity. I mean, they really do. I think we're at least one wide player shy. To be fair, we're definitely going to be at least 2 wide players shy for the African Cup of Nations. Bring Kudus in. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do at the first team level. Give him a go. And I look at Divine Mubama, I think, if you don't get a chance now, when are you going to get a chance? I know I've said it before. I know I've said it with Elise. I know I've said it with other players as well. He's shown he'll do it. He'll do it in the past. He did it with Ngakia. He gave him a chance. He absolutely gave him a chance. And I think he played toward the tail end of that season, even though he wasn't going to sign a new deal. Moyes played him. So he can play young players. He's shown the capacity to do it. However, there appears to be a reluctance from him. And now's the time. Because I do think pressure will be on him if he doesn't do it. Those 2 games that we won, they've taken the pressure off in the immediacy. We've got to go. We absolutely have to go and beat Burnley. If we don't, he's in trouble. As I say, look, we've got Tottenham games coming up. We've got an away game against Tottenham, away game against Burnley. We've got an away game against Fulham coming up as well. There's at least 2 winnable games in there. If David Moyes does it, it really doesn't matter. But I tell you what, anything but a win against Burnley is going to put the pressure on him straight away again. Look, the vultures are circling. They really are. Let's hope he's got good preparation. This particular thing is not a situation of his own making, by the way. This injury scenario. It's not on David Moyes. It's not on West Ham's medical team. We've done our jobs really well. So I'm not taking any credit for the players being fit, but we have. It's actually when they've gone up to their international teams, things have mucked up. That's not David Moyes'. He's not responsible for it, but it is his problem. His problem, he's got to find a solution. And I'll tell you what, in many respects, I don't care. I don't care whether up front against Burnley, he plays Divine Mubama or he plays Maxwell Cornet. Just do something, but make sure that one something isn't playing Danny Ings up front.